trouble at all.
Well, in that case, any friend of yours is a friend of mine.
Oh, perhaps we should introduce ourselves. You must be Mrs. Savage. I'm Florence Williams.
How do you do?
We've been expecting you all afternoon. It's so nice to have you with us. And may I introduce Fairy May?
Say you love me.
But we've just met.
Oh, you don't have to mean it. I feel wonderful when people tell me they love me.
Well, I'm sure everyone loves you.
See, I told you she wouldn't be spoiled. Welcome to the Cloisters. Climate's best by government test.
Oh, thank you.
And this is Hannibal. And this is our Mrs. Patty.
How do you do, Mrs. Patty?
I hate everything in the world. But most of all, I hate lightning, skunk, cabbage, custard, mustard, spiders, blisters, girdles, mice, bees, keys, ragweed, chloroform, rhubarb, barnacles, bats, broken glass eels, crumbs, drunks, tombstones, gallstones, salt, and thunder.
Well, why don't you like rhubarb?
Miss Patty won't answer you. She only recites things she hates.
Sweet but stubborn.
Mrs. Patty hasn't talked in about 20 years.
Why?
She got mad.
Her husband told her to shut up.
And she did.
She gave up conversation for life.
But she's only giving up electricity for Lent.
Well, you're a woman of wisdom, Mrs. Patty. There's only one thing wiser than saying very little, and that's saying nothing at all. Oh, would you like to hold it?
Oh, she likes you.
Well, I like her.
Oh, you haven't met Jeff. Jeff, come here.
Please, excuse my left hand.
Oh, certainly. Isn't it toothache?
Jeff's face is scarred. He tries to save people.
Oh, well, you needn't spare me. I have to look at myself every morning.
Dr. Emmett refuses to let me wear a bandage.
Oh, we have to humor our doctors once in a while.
Now, you've met everyone. We are a small group in this wing, and we hope you find us comfortable to be with.
But she hasn't met everyone. She hasn't met the Holy Terror.
Of course, how stupid of me.
Where is she, Florence?
Oh, she was here a minute ago. Emily Ann!
I think she's in the garden, Florence.
Oh, I'll go check. Emily Ann!
You won't hurt her, will you?
Well, gracious, why should I?
Well, you won't object, will you?
Well, what is Emily Ann?
It's her daughter. Well, what did you think?
Here?
Oh, yes, she was born here.
Oh, look, I found her in the garden asleep under a bush. My husband always said I'd be a bad mother. Mrs. Savage, this is my daughter.
You like children, don't you?
Everyone's but my own. Well, how old is she?
5.
Oh, she's awfully big for 5 months.
Oh, no, 5 years.
I meant years.
Well, if you'll excuse us, I have to put her to bed. She has the measles. I hope you don't catch measles. Excuse us, please.
That was exceedingly kind of you, Mrs. Savage, not to notice anything wrong.
There wasn't time to explain, you see, but you were like lightning.
Poor Florence isn't well, and we pretend for her sake. We hope you do too.
Oh, I will.
You have to understand, Mrs. Savage, that, well, except for Florence, the rest of us here, we can leave any time we like.
But we don't go, because there's no place better to go.
You're a very lucky woman to be accepted here, Mrs. Savage, if I do say so myself. And I do! Oh, do be still!
What is that?
That rude noise noise was the signal for us to go to our rooms.
It's the evil of the machine age. Perfect distance and no manners.
Well, ours not to reason why. I wonder why no one ever quotes the first line, "Someone blundered."
Good night.
I didn't hear you. We never say that. It means there's no more.
No more what?
Oh, there's no more of so much.
Please excuse Jeff's manner. His plane was shot down in flames during the war, and he hasn't quite recovered yet.
Oh, was his face badly burned?
Oh, no, not at all. He bailed out, but he was the only one. He lost his crew. His scar goes deeper than we can see.
Surely you've guessed by now that Annabelle and I are the only ones free to leave here. But we don't say that in front of the others. We pretend, you see, to save their pride. Oh, Mrs. Penny! I forgot you were still here. I didn't mean you, anyhow. Oh, I can tear me tongue out. Will you excuse me, please? If I don't apologize, she'll sulk.
Fairy has the gift of good for saying the wrong thing, I'm afraid.
Well, I should think it would take a bit of doing to apologize to someone who doesn't talk and sulks anyhow.
Oh, you'll get used to Mrs. Patty. You treat her like a clock. You look to her to see how the day goes. But don't expect an answer. She's quite happy at her easel.
Oh, is she an artist?
Well, she paints. I don't know whether she's an artist.
Portraits?
Seascapes, which is rather odd since she's never seen the ocean.
Oh, I forgot to warn you, Mrs. Savage. If you go to your room, don't sleep. Stay awake.
What does she mean about not sleeping?
None of us sleeps here.
Oh, well, where do you sleep?
Well, we don't. Oh, we go to our rooms. We've all agreed to that in principle, but we stay awake. We never close our eyes. You see, when you go to sleep, today ends. And when today ends, tomorrow begins. Now, today is safe. Tomorrow may be filled with disaster. You'll never catch us sleeping. Could anything be simpler?
Not much.
But sometimes when we think about sleeping, we'd like to, but we don't. And it's kind of hard sometimes when we stay.
Hannibal, you heard the buzzer. Why aren't you in your room?
Well, I am in spirit, and everyone says it's the spirit that counts. Remember, fight the night. I have to go and get Mrs. Patty.
Well, did they all come in to meet you?
Well, there was a Mrs. Patty, and then 4 others who don't belong here at their age.
I quite agree.
Do you think I belong here?
We're understaffed, Mrs. Savage. I'm kept too busy to have any opinions.
I would like to know what they told you about me.
Was there anything to tell?
Did they mention my memorial fund?
Not to me.
Well, I suppose that they told you that my husband's death affected my reason,
That would be understandable.
but untrue.
Why? Weren't you happy with your husband?
I married Jonathan when I was 16. I loved him from the day I met him until the moment he died. Do you know what that meant?
I think so.
No, you don't, my dear. That meant that my aim in life was to make him happy, to want what he wanted, to anticipate what would please him. And that meant anything else I ever wanted in life had to be forgotten.
But surely you had no regrets.
Well, not while he lived. But after he was gone, I remembered all the foolish things I'd ever wanted to do.
Such as dyeing your hair blue?
Well, that and other things that would have shocked poor Jonathan, like studying French and ballet lessons and people. As a young girl, I always knew that I could be a great actress. So, with very few responsibilities and time running out, I decided to be one.
But do you think you may have waited too long, Mrs. Savage?
I certainly do. Had I been a fool in my youth, no one would have noticed the difference in my old age.
Oh, I hardly think of you as old, Mrs. Savage.
Well, having kicked over the traces myself and learning once again the importance of unimportant things, I decided to help others have the foolish things they always wanted.
Such as?
Well, I decided to establish the Jonathan Savage Memorial Fund, a foundation where money is given away in memory of my husband. And that insane idea has brought me here.
Well, you won't find it too unpleasant here. Shall we go up now and get settled?
Well, at least I learned one thing from my French lesson.
What's that?
What I am. I'm a mort canard, a dead duck. I think. Someday you'll realize what a great injustice was done me, that I really am sane after all. But here I am, and here they'll try to keep me, with my few foolish years taken from me.